Honestly, I think I gotta go on that with Lauryn Hill.
Okay.
Because
she did act and
she
sing.
acted, she sang, she wrote.
She did write
a lot.
She
Poetry.
rapped.
She rapped. She wrote her rhymes.
She
Wrote her
did.
lyrics.
She did.
Um.
She did the fashions. She was
Had
fashionable.
fashion. Yeah. Maintained herself.
Yeah.
I would love to like get a scope on.
Like, what were you thinking at this time? Did you know you were trailblazer? Did you know you were like doing?
Or
like,
how did you know? How did you know to take this role then
right.
and not
the other role? And how did you have the confidence to not bow to what everybody else was doing?
Yeah, exactly. The person I was thinking about was Tupac. Is dead. RP. But yeah, Lauryn Hill I think would be the next closest to that. Because again, yeah, how do you decide? And then you're writing, then you walk away, kind of like a Dave Chappelle, like you walk away from millions of dollars on the table.
Yeah, man.
I'm done. You're not going to bully me into not being who I am.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll be in debt for the rest of my life.
Like, I don't care.
To you, I don't care.
Like, where did you get this, like,
fearlessness?
Fearless. Like, you don't care. Like, y'all not finna control me. Like, bump this. Like, you gotta be able to do that and not bow.
And it started, I mean, if you really think about it, her coming up in the Fugees, being the only female and female MCs at that time were not common. I mean, you think about right now, there are a lot of female rappers.
But it's still not nowhere near like her.
Right.
Still.
No, I'm not saying it's like her. I'm just saying, like, you didn't have a lot. You didn't listen. When you were listening to hip hop,
it wasn't a lot.
It wasn't a lot. She was an anomaly and held her own. People were listening to the Fugees for her, like to hear her rhymes, to hear her singing, to see her going to the show, to see her, and then like coming up with the miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Like you said, what was your mind thinking to put reggae and R&B and a little bit of soul and gospel, hip hop,
man,
all on one album, and it all worked.
All work.
Like, that's chef's material where you see ingredients and you can make a Michelin star dinner.
Yeah.
Or
like
meal.
That's still one of my most impactful CDs that, that like had a lasting impression on me coming up.
Yeah. And you beautiful, but and you don't mind resting in that femininity, but you don't over sexualize it. Could still have the cutoff and the shorts on, and it was like
you're naked,
but you look like a college student.
Yeah, she just had style. She just had a star factor.
She had it. When people talk about some people just have it, it really exists. I think it truly does exist. Some people just have it.
Yeah, she was special. She just had it.
And Cheryl Lee Ralph, her mama did not want her to sing in that choir.
Didn't. Look at
Sister Act too. And now look at you now.
Yeah, she was a trendsetter. She was just a trendsetter. And I don't know. I respect people who go their own way and they make their own path. They chart their own path.
Because it's not easy.
Can't be easy.
It's not easy now. And we're afforded way more opportunities now than we were then. Think about how hard it was in the 90s.
Yeah, man.
Where not only was there no one that looked like you that was saying no. You one of the only female rappers that ain't over sexualized, holding their own. You actually probably are the only one at that time outside of Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
Who came before you?
Yeah.
MC Lyte, who came before you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you turning down stuff. You like, nah. You're not afraid to say no. It's unheard of. It's still unheard of to this day. Honestly.
To this day.
I would just want to, I just need to know, like.
That was my first, for sure.
What?
I got to know.
I really need to know. And then, like, on a nosy tip, I just where are you now?
Yeah, like
mentally?
I know her son is doing music, and I liked it. Like,
I haven't listened to it yet.
Song. It's more reggae.
Is he doing reggae? Okay.
Yeah, because his father, Bob Marley's son. Bob Marley's son. Mm-hmm. Is it Ziggy?
Not Ziggy. He named after his father, right? Zion Marley.
No, YG Marley is the one that has the son. Ziggy does music too, but YG is her son. I forgot who's. Like,
she recently brought her son out on stage at a show.
Yeah, he's very cool. But yeah, I don't know, that she just was built tough. She was just built different.
Built tough.
She was built different.
You don't.
She was built different.
She had a bulletproof vest on. Like, and when I say that, like, you don't take. I'm sure in private she was dealing with it, and maybe she had close circles of friends. I mean, because there have been interviews and stuff where her and Wyclef have both talked about the strains and the coming together and like kind of like the slinky of certain people telling her you need to do this, and him, you don't have to do that. But then on the flip side, sometimes being like things you got to compromise, and she like no.
But she was like a non-conformist. Like, you're not gonna make me something I'm not. Bump that. Let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah.
If y'all won't let me be myself, then we don't have to do this at all. Like, it's a certain amount of respect that you just have for people that's just like, yeah, no, I'm not doing it. Like, say whatever you want to say to me or do whatever you think you want to do to me, but I'm not doing it.
You don't. You know what I think it was? I think a piece of it was she wasn't money driven.
Yeah, money don't drive everybody.
Money doesn't drive.
Fame.
Now, granted, the majority, it does drive. Yeah.
But for her,
fame and money don't. And I think
it doesn't seem to be the driving force.
I think based off of some interviews that I've listened to and seen, and the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill and her talking about it, I think for her the turning point was them trying to make it seem like a baby was the end of her career, and trying to force her down that path, and her standing firm and still being able to be successful and double platinum album dropping, and they still wouldn't let her be her on the following album. It's like, how much more do I have to prove to you all that I can do this? I am revered. I'm loved as who I am. I can show up as who I am, the girl with the locks. Because, again, at that time, you didn't have women, especially black women, wearing locks. Natural hair.
No.
That wasn't a thing.
It was not a thing.
Not on mainstream.
Absolutely
you weren't
not.
Showing up on stage with natural hair.
That was not
if y'all think that lace fronts and clip-ins and all that is new, it's not. They've been doing that in Hollywood. And if you really want to talk about it, the white women was doing it at first. What you see on them, that was lace fronts on them late night shows and all that. That was not their hair. That were clip-ins. So, yeah, she's a phenomenon. Honestly, I don't think in our lifetime we'll get another one.
She was a phenomenon for sure.
And I'm glad. Going back to glad being brought up in that era of experiencing it in real time. Sure. Okay. But yes.
I feel like Stevie Wonder, but we'll talk about that later.
One more. Oliver mentioned Missy Elliott. I need to talk to you. Missy Elliott, I need to sit down and talk to you, girl, because your mind.
Songwriting.
Your mind is not. It's out here in the ether. Like, it's not in your head. It's like light years away. Like, this is just a landing port. It's like a landing pad for an airport. That's what's in her mind. Her mind be like, and then come back. I'm landing. Yeah, I need to talk to you, girl. Because where are you getting these thoughts from?
Where?
But yes, so we are back for another episode.